All right, guys, I'm coming at you with the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update. Let's go!
You better get fired up!
My people! Happy Wednesday, man. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Today, we're going to get into a couple things with the market. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen right now, right? This is the MLS. I want to show you some things that I think are a pretty big deal, okay? And it's really showing you what's going on here in Port St. Lucie, and it's showing you over time. So this is the absorption rate right here, right? So you can see back in August of last year, we were at 1.1 months of inventory. That means with the current, let's just say we got 1,000 homes on the market. That means maybe roughly 900 we're selling in a month. So if we didn't take on any new listings and we have 1,000 listings, but 900 are selling every month, we've got about 1.1 months worth of inventory, right? That's a strong, healthy seller's market. And you can see it kind of stayed roughly the same, 1.18 months, 1.24, 1.28. Down in January, it was at the minimum, right? 1 month. Now, we've got 1.06 in March, 1.15 in April. March goes up to 1.4. That's a pretty big jump, and it's the biggest number we'd had over the 12-month span. That trend continued to 1.73 months in June, and now in July we're looking at 2.19. It's not just increasing, it's increasing dramatically. And we're going to look at the number of active listings we've got on the market here in Port St. Lucie in a second, but I'll tell you, when it comes to single-family homes in Port St. Lucie on March 26th, which was kind of the bottom, right? That was where it was the hottest market. And then from then on, the market kind of shifted. On that day, we had 365 listings. Right now, it's around 1,200, which means we've roughly tripled or maybe more than tripled in size when it comes to listings. Okay, so you're going to see that while sales have dipped a little bit, it's not the sales. It's the competition out there. There's so many people out there listing their homes, and it has tapered off. And I think the reason for that is you had all the people who were waiting for the peak. And when you wait for the peak, you don't see the peak until the peak is gone, right? You see the peak 2-3 months after the peak has already passed you by. So now you've got all these people that are waiting coming on. But once that group of people has come on the market, you kind of go back to reality. You go back to normal. So if we've got the same amount of sales, you're going to see that amount of listings plateaus. So I've seen it in that 1,100 to 1,200. We'll see where it's at today. I haven't looked that number up for probably 4, 5, 6 days, so we'll see how accurate I am. But that's kind of what we're seeing, right? So let's take it down here to inventory. How many homes on the market? Now, you heard me say 365 in March. That's single-family homes. When I'm looking here at residential, that includes lots. It includes modular homes. It includes townhouses, condos, everything. If we're looking at active listings, you can see back here in August of last year, we had 684. It kind of peaked out here in November at 774. Then it came down, hit the bottom in January at 614, went up a little, came back down again in March to 642. And now it's going up to 696, 834, 1,030, and 1,286 as of July, right? Now, we're going to see August numbers come out here shortly once we get over into September. So in next week's video, you'll see even more updated statistics, right? But let's get out actives and look at solds because we want to see what do solds actually look like. Are properties moving? Yes, they're moving. You can see this line is very consistent, dips a little bit in January, but then it comes back up, and now it stays very consistent. But in June to July, we did see an abnormal dip, all right? Is that a trend or is that an anomaly? Because we had a dip in January, right? We had a little bit of dip in October. Those are pretty normal dips. You're still seeing a plateau. It's kind of going like this, right? But when we look at June to July, I'm guessing based on the numbers I'm following up with, this is not an anomaly. It's a trend. I don't think it's going to go down to the bottom or anything. I think it's just going to go from what were we at? Sold listings kind of hung around 6 to 620. I think, where are we at here last month? 502. I think we're going to kind of be in that 450 to 5.25 range for the next couple months, at least until the election, right? The next big motivator or change in what we've got going on here in our economy. Prices. It doesn't matter what asking prices are. What matters are sold prices. You can ask anything you want. But looking way back here in August, the average, or I should say median, sold price was $320. Came all the way up to 400 as of June. And in July, it maintained exactly the same number of 400. But you do see that plateau. But guys, it's nothing really to be scared of, because if you look back to January, it was 350. And in February, it was 350, right? So it plateaus time to time. In October, it was 332. In November, it was 330. It actually came down a little bit. You're going to see those plateaus and even minor recessions in price month to month all the time. What we're looking for is 2, 3, 4 months of that consistent trend. I'm not seeing it yet. And then sale to original asking price. This is interesting, right? And this goes into the mindset of both sellers and buyers. You can see that this is the 100% mark. That means for every $1,000 somebody's asking for their home, they're getting $1,000, right? Whereas if you dip below 100%, say at 99%, now you're getting $990 for every $1,000 you're asking. Well, it kind of hit the bottom here in January. I don't know why January was so horrible, at 99.4%. Then it went way up to 101% in April, and now it's come down consistently for 3 months to 99.4%. So if people think or say that people are selling for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 under asking, I'm here to tell you that for every $100,000 being asked, people are getting $99,400. So on a $400,000 home, you're losing out on $2,400 on average. And don't forget, a lot of these homes that are selling under are homes that need repairs. They need a lot of aesthetic work. They're overpriced. Homes that are priced right, look beautiful, they're still selling for asking or 5, 10 grand more. I'm not seeing a lot sell for more than 5 to 10 grand more, but we are seeing very strong prices in accordance with asking price. If your home is dressed up well, it's staged well, you've taken professional photos, and you've priced it well, right? So really, really important stuff to note. So let's hop over. I want to do 2 more things. Let's go to quick search here. And I want to do that search I told you about. I said we were hovering right around 1,100 single family homes here in Port St. Lucie as of 5-6 days ago. Where are we at now? We are at 1,169, right? So you can see this number is kind of plateaued for probably a good month or 2 now. So it tells me that any scare we had, any shift we had, at least locally here in Port St. Lucie, it's kind of plateaued. Sales have remained roughly the same. Listings did shoot up. They tripled from March until I would say probably the end of maybe June or maybe the beginning of June, somewhere around there. But now they've kind of plateaued. So this is about as scary as it gets. And honestly, we're sitting in a nice neutral market, maybe even leaning towards a seller's market, but I would say a weak seller's market, right? So very interesting to note. The one thing I want to get into this week is the question of, Joe, if I've got a 4-bed, is that worth more than a 3-bed, right? And I'll tell you, when I sold in Minnesota, I would always tell people, and it was accurate there. Here it's a little bit different story. I would always say, listen, if you've got 2,000 square feet, it doesn't really matter if it's a 3-bed or a 4-bed. It's worth roughly the same amount. And the reason is, if you've got a couple with kids, they're going to be more attracted to that 4th bedroom. But if you've got a couple without kids, or maybe they've only got 1 kid, you're going to want bigger bedrooms, a bigger living room, a bigger kitchen. So if I'm absolutely guaranteed the same square footage, in this example, 2,000, I'll take that square footage in bigger rooms and I'll get rid of the 1 extra bedroom to do so, right? So it really didn't matter. Here I'm seeing something a little bit different. We have this like really unique market where everybody and their mother is coming in asking for a 3-2. There are a lot of homes in Minnesota that have 1 bathroom. There are not a lot of homes in Florida that have 1 bathroom. I've literally never had anybody not say, I have to have at least 2 bathrooms. It's a thing in this area. You've got to have 2 bathrooms. So it's pretty common to ask for, right? So let's look up Port St. Lucie. Let's look at the value differences here. And I'm going to come down to solds. Excuse me. And we're going to look at roughly the last 90 days, right? So it's 8/31 today. January, February, March. I got to use my grade school trick there. We'll go back to the very end of March. So we're grabbing roughly 90 days worth of data. You can see we got 1,574 sales. I'm going to come down to single family homes, and I'm going to come down to total bedrooms. It's got to have exactly 3. Okay. Exactly 3. We're looking at 723 sales. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what the average sold price, not asking price, sold price per square foot was of those 3-bedroom homes. We can see right, set a list price. Okay, right here. Sold price per square foot, $243.96. I'm going to write that down right now. $243.96. That's for a 3-bed. Okay. So if a 4-bed is more valuable, you'll see that number jump above $243.96. So let's come back. We're going to change the results. We're going to come down to bedrooms. And instead of a 3-bed, we're only looking at 4-bed sales. Okay. We've got just over half, 420, right? We had 723 3-bed sales. We've got half, which is 420 or a little bit more on the 4 beds, but it's still a lot of data. It's enough data where I feel confident in the results and knowing what the value difference is for a 4-bed over a 3-bed. View, and look at this. We're at $217.77. They're actually selling for less per square foot. Now, does that necessarily mean that I think 4 beds are worth less than 3 beds? No, I don't think that at all. I think the type of home that is in a lower price point that you're going to purchase as an investment to then rent out, and it's a rentable product, is going to have more bedrooms, right? So a lot of the properties that these investors are buying and they're changing over into rentals, Airbnbs, whatever it is, they're not as interested in 3 beds as they are in 4 beds. So they're also attracted to lower price properties. That way they can make a profit on these. So you're going to see this lower price point. In all honesty, I think the same thing is true here. You're going to see that, assuming it's the same square footage, right? Pick your square footage. It doesn't matter. 2,000 square feet, 2,500, 3,000, whatever. If one is a 3-bed, one is a 4-bed, they've got roughly the same amenities, roughly the same location. All we're talking about is a bedroom difference. You're going to see that it's worth roughly the same amount, right? And the reason is, again, that person is attracted to either the bedrooms, which makes the 4-bed attractive, or if they don't need the bedrooms, they want the bigger rooms, which now makes the 3-bedroom a little bit more attractive, right? So you're going to see those 2 different things. So guys, just some numbers I want to go over with you. If you are a 4-bedroom house hunter, you're a buyer right now, assuming you're not looking for monster bedrooms. If you are, the square footage is going to go up and thus the price is going to go up. But if you're looking for, a little bit smaller bedrooms, but yes, I need a 4-bed, you're not going to pay a significant amount or maybe any amount over a 3-bed home. Okay. And if you own a 3-bed home and you've got nice sized bedrooms, you've got beautiful amenities, you maintained your home, you're going to sell for just as much as a 4-bed that is in the same condition with roughly the same square footage. Guys, I appreciate you joining me. If you've got any questions, comments, put them in there, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and have an absolutely phenomenal rest of your week.